Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So this channel is for educations. Education meaning to set us free, to know the truth, to liberate out from our own attachment, our own misconceptions, our own prejudice. Today, this is the first episode of we are going to look into the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note. Look into in the history. What is the truth? Now, the reason why I share on the Snake Crane secret note is because somebody make this YouTube on Snake Crane secret note and making a lot of claim. Now, since you all know that I make this YouTube, in Mark's podcast year ago, speak on the real anti-Qing Wing Chun red boat and the pro-Qing red boat. And Snake Crane Wing Chun belong to the era of the pro-Qing red boat. They are no longer anti-Qing. And please watch this podcast if you like, okay, to know the entire stories. Now, because I make this podcast, shouldn't I be really, really happy that somebody make this YouTube on Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note? On the research of the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note? Well, I'm not happy if thing is twisted. Why? I study Wing Chun for 50 years. I look into every details. Is for what? For educations. So that our Wing Chuners be able to liberate, be able to learn the Kung Fu. It's not to step on anybody. It's not to point it out at anybody's wrong. But for anything which is intentionally having an agenda, especially these days when people say they're doing research, it is not about to find out the truth to help the Wing Chun and Wing Chuners, but their personal agenda. And also put in mind that all those kinds of twisted thing is screw up Chinese culture. It's like in the Second World War. The Japanese have this mascara in Nanjing, and you look at how the Japanese try to twist the history. That's not acceptable for Chinese worldwide. I'm American, but I am a Chinese descendant. Don't mess around with my culture. Nobody have right to do that. History is history. That's why I look at things rationally. If it is true, we say it is true. If it's not true, it is not true. If it is anti-Qing Wing Chun, it is anti-Qing Wing Chun. It is a pro-Qing Wing Chun, it is a pro-Qing Wing Chun. Okay? Now, so after sharing this with you, I got friend from Asia send me this, okay, from the comment and the discussions under this YouTube. So this discussions is with the owner of the YouTube and Jason Yuan. Okay. Jason Yuan is belong to the Snake Crane Wing Chun. Okay. And so I thought that they all work together this month ago to debunk, uh, to expose Wayne and Sergio's twisting the history. But it turns out that what I get is to say here. Here I say, hi again, I maybe don't buy into some of the Wayne approach, but I'm not necessary. I need to buy into other people's approach. And then the reply is to Jason is, no one asks you to buy into anything as you are not neutral. Well, so Wing Chun friends from the Asia sent me this. And then many of Wing Chuners in Asia, including in Fatsan, yes, WhatsApp me, okay, or line me, or in different form, telling me that Hendrik, something is fishy here. So I look into this and I contact Jason Yuan. I say, are you willing to be in my YouTube channel? Because we need to clean up this thing. Not for you, not for me, but for you and for me and for all the Chinese and the Chinese uh, history, and also for all the Wing Chuners. So Jason agreed with me, saying that if it is necessary, he will come to this channel. Now, so I look into the entire thing. I look into this YouTube, okay? Because I didn't pay attention to all this kind of thing. Everybody claim research these days, and I look into that. And today is the first episode. Let's look into it objectively, rationally, professionally. Most of you Wing Chuners don't know who I am, but those live in Silicon Valley who do power management design, management design, they know me. Okay. And so we using a high professional standard to look at things instead of picking at this guy who make the YouTube, taking side of the Jason, or taking side of the YouTube maker, and you know step down on Jason. We look at data. What is it there? Okay, let the data speak. Like in engineering in Silicon Valley, we don't go make our own opinion. Because if you want to do a product, you use your own opinion, not multi-dimensional data. You end up or get fired because you're going to end up to screw up the business. Okay? So let's using those high standard to do things, not just talk. Data, multiple direction. So in this YouTube, the YouTuber saying that he is introduced this Sinologist. Okay, a Sinologist is trained to read Chinese history, philosophy, and martial art texts. Is an expert. Okay, a Chinese expert. Okay, so with help of the professor from Shanghai University, Sinologist. Okay, to looking into the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note. And here he said that the professor is incredible experience and have carried out this kinds of study. Professor who has spent decades analyzing hundreds hundreds of manual and multiple Chinese martial art, So he's introducing a sinologist, a professor in Shanghai to look into the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note issue. Now, the professor's name is Professor Iya from Shanghai. Okay, so this Professor Iya within this YouTube, the one thing is say there are many things. I just cut short for you. It said that they are looking into were the secret note truly written in 1800s, because as we all know that you know in the Chinese community for decades we know that or we learned that the secret note is written in 1800. And so this Professor Iya is saying that no, 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 this is the latest could have been written in the 1920s. Lasted could be in writing in the 1920s or 1930s. That's what the sinologists, the expert say. Okay, so this is one example within the YouTube. We want to look into it. And then over here it say that do the Snake Crane Wing Chun not precede Yun Kui San Wing Chun, or are they a later construction? And then here again, the doctor, the professor saying, referring to Yin Kei San not being older. This is earlier that, okay? So then I understand, oh, why is that is a discussion here between Jason Yuan, don't buy into some of the Wayne approach, but do not necessarily I need to buy into other people's approach and so forth. So as you can see, okay, the YouTuber brought in expert sinologists who know it all on the Chinese culture, martial art, and he is in Shanghai University, okay, from Shanghai, professor from Shanghai University. And now he study on the Snake Crane secret note and making his judgment, professional judgment on when is the Snake Crane Wing Chun notes is written, and also the making the judgment say that Yun Kei San's note is older than Snake Crane Wing Chun notes. Okay, so this is two of it. There's a lot of that thing. Now, for months, in my understanding, now with the Jason Yun, the Hong Kong Snake Crane Wing Chun practitioner is working with this YouTuber to to uh, to expose Wen Yong and Segyo's false claim on Snake Crane Wing Chun. But now it is shift the focus from Wen Yong and Segyo's claim to questions evaluating and drawing conclusion about the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note. It is this what it is, right? We look at it as let the data speak. Okay, not I think, I believe. No, no, that's nonsense. Okay, so the professor say this guy say this, we say this. Okay, so the action really clearly show that it is shift the focus. It's not about Wing Yong or Segyo. It is about questioning, evaluating, and drawing conclusion on the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note. Where the Chinese have the Chinese Wing Chunner or martial artists have the understanding for decades or hundreds of years. Okay. So now there is a first questions. Due to this, Jason Yuan this exchange, it seems that actually it is that if you watch all the YouTube, it's using law families, okay, the Snake Crane Wing Chun's law families information to debunk Wayne and Seiyo. Okay, you look at all the series or episode, different episode for months, and then now turn around to questions and evaluate the Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note and publish public claim on Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note without consulting law family. That's why you have these discussions. Okay. Now this actually remind me one thing. People work with you, give you informations to debunk the uh, or to expose the Wayne and Sergio's twisted informations. And you turn around after you take the information to debunk Wayne and Sergio, you turn around, okay? You questions this information's legitimacy, okay? So it is no different than Sergio and Wen Yong went to China and what they do? They ask other people, the Yin Kui San's student, or sorry, the Yin Kui San's descendant, on did Yip Man learn from Yin Kui San? Why don't why don't Sergio and Wen Yong, if they want to know about the who is Yip Man's teacher, go ask Yip Chun, who is the son of Yip Man. Yip Chun is still there, but instead they go around. That's called research. Okay. Now this is Grandmaster Law, the gatekeeper of Law family uh, Wing Chun or Snake Crane Wing Chun. So he's a third generation. His grandfather, Lord Yin, is the person who wrote, take note on, and make the secret note. This is this Snake Crane Wing Chun secret note is his grandfather's work, Lord Yin work. Why don't you go ask him if you want to know more? And if you want to release information to the public, this is a 93-year-old man, grandfather, who's supportive, giving informations to debunk Wayne and Sergio. Why is it? Why is it not consulting him? In fact, in this YouTube, he is publicly clarified that Wen Yong is twisted the family trees. He made this YouTube. Okay, now he's 93-year-old. So this is why the situation is. It's not going to the source to ask what happened, but take the information, debunk Wen Yong and Segyo, and then get a get a professor or the expert, okay, the expert Professor Ilya from Shanghai University, evaluate the Snake Crane Wing Chun note, and then make public claim. Well, will anybody in a professional way doing this without first consulting or at least let the gatekeeper uh, of the Snake Crane Wing Chun, the law family, know about what is going on? Well, one thing, who is going to say that what they find out from all this expert is the truth anyway? So sure, if it is true that what this expert, this professor say, oh, Yun San not being older is true, instead of the Snake Crane Wing Chun precede Yun San Wing Chun, where the Chinese has been buying uh, uh, presentation for hundreds of years. Okay. And of course, like this, when is the Snake Crane Wing Chun notice written? No, if he is right, it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him a lot, isn't it? Because he have to take the shock, 93 years old, need to take the shock that, oh, this is not true. What my teacher, my grandfather told me, my father told me is not true. So are we going to do that to a 93-year-old grandfather that way? If he's our grandfather, won't we going to tell him first, have a discussions, have a consulting? If he's friends, I believe everybody will do it. Even in professional, you look at those medical doctor when there are some serious stuff. Will the medical serious illness? Will the medical doctor release the information right away, or just get the guy and say, let's talk this, and then let the guy decide who is going to talk or so forth? Now, what if this is not true? Well, what is all this thing is not true? Now you release it. How are you going to face this? Who support on telling the truth? Are you going to distort the entire thing? So we're going to look into every details on what this professor said, okay, in the episode to come. Now, the first thing we're going to look into is there's a lot of claim here, okay, a lot of claim. Shanghai University Sinologist is trained to read Chinese history, philosophy, martial art texts. Professor is incredible experience and carry out this kind of project. Professor or study who have spent decade analyzing hundreds of manual, multiple Chinese martial arts, so forth. Okay, you see, this is where testimonial of a genuine expert. Okay, now the first thing before we get into everything of the study, which is in coming episode, let's look into the sinologies. Check into the credibility of Professor Iya. Well, as in Silicon Valley, if I are appointed to lead a team to do a study, people check me, isn't it? So if you go to ChatGPT or whatever AI today, you just type in Hendrik Santo power management. Okay, I'm not a sinologist, I'm a power management architect or designer. This was spit out. Quick summary. Hendrik Santo is a named inventor of multiple US patent and patent application. His invention, now I work with this company. Okay. You get to another ChatGPT, it will show you this. Hendrik Santo is a retired semiconductor design architect specialized in power management, has 40 years experience in Silicon Valley, and he's a patent, and this is the company he worked with, okay? So like over here, founder member of Silica, a startup company, when is it, what time? senior design architect, multi-string LED total pattern. Hendrik owned 20, primary in power management display technology, site in modern energy efficient electronics. Note Silica was a startup he co-founded. Well, you expect professional to have this, isn't it? Now let's check on the sinologist from Shanghai University, Professor Ia, using the same double-blind check. A professor named Ia in the sinology department at any major university in Shanghai. I couldn't find any evidence of a professor named Ia working in the sinology Chinese study department at major university in Shanghai. There is no record of sinologist named Ia at Shanghai University, but Professor Ia Wiko is a prominent figure at a different Shanghai institute, okay, affiliate professor at the School of Life Science and Biotechnology, Shanghai. Why no match was found? Ia is not a sinologist. The professor at the Shanghai University is a neuroscientist, not a scholar of Chinese university, Chinese study. Wrong university. Okay, all this thing. Couldn't find. So here, one AI cannot find, this cannot find. Such research of the Professor Ia Sinology Shanghai University. After extensive search across web source, web academic database, and social media platform, I could not find any evidence of a Professor Ia who is sinologist Chinese affiliated in Shanghai University or any university in Shanghai. The query appeared to be search for specific individual, but no matching profile. Publications or faculty listing exists in archival record of September 30, 25. So artificial intelligence could not identify this expert, this sinologist, this expert who make the claim saying that no, this is not the latest, could have been written in the 1920s, 1930s, when who make a judgment, his professional judgment on when is the note is written, and who say Yin Kuishan not being older than the Snake Crane Wing Chun. So this is what I like to share with you. The first episode. Even though if we don't get into the considerations like a professional medical doctor, when somebody have a terminal illness, you go to see him, you say, hey, this is the news. You don't tell anybody. There's a professional ethnic. Even if you don't take account of that, now the sinologist cannot be found. I don't own those artificial intelligent AI company. Anybody can use the AI to check on me. So this is the first episode. The informations of the sinologist is inadequate. The claim has no way to prove it. So I leave it with you on this in this episode. In the next episode, we don't go into look into everything clearly with multiple dimensional. See, Chinese culture is not paper studying. My teacher, one of my teacher, or one of the teacher I study his teaching is Venerable Nan Huaijing. At one time, a student of him saying that, there's a Westerner who wrote a paper on Chinese culture. He must know more than me. Nan Huaijing told that guy, he, the Westerner is studying Chinese culture. But you, how old are you now? 30-year old. From the instant you come out to this world, your mommy, your parents, and all your around surrounding is actually what? Making you living in Chinese culture. So you better be clear on that. Will all the sinology all know everything? We don't want to do prejudice stuff. We want to be fair with everybody. We want to let the truth open up. So next episode and many episodes to come, let's look into it. And this is not about debunking anybody. This is everything I share with you. You're going to learn something about Wing Chun. You're going to improve your Wing Chun. You're going to improve your Chinese culture. Okay? I'm not interested here to playing game like, oh, debate or anything. Nonsense. I want everybody, every Wing Chuners to have the high educations to be able to push, to evolve, to grow Wing Chun. That is my goal. So I don't want all the study of sinology, everything. But until today, if I ask you what is sticking body short strike, you watch it, you heard it in the Yip Man movie, you go to website, you type in sticking body short strike. Nobody know what the heck it is. Okay? How to develop it. Nobody know how the heck it is. I'm not going to go for that research. So until next episode. And if there's a need, brought in Jason and so forth to let you all see his view. Why? I live in America. This is a democratic country. This is not authorizations, the authority sing one words, I'm the biggest, I'm the king country. This is America. Okay? And again, I'm not saying that YouTuber is right or wrong, whatever he do, whatever his action marked by itself. There's so many, there's a lot of smart people in this world, especially in the high professional area. Who are we going to kidding? Who am I going to kidding?